Hey everybody, welcome back to Sharon's Nail Boutique, guys. I'm your host Sharon. Yes, if you are new here and have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? You won't want to miss out on these videos. And don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Now I have sped this up about 4 times the speed until I get to where I'm laying the acrylic and I slow it down some, but I'm just pushing back all 10 cuticles gently with my Cuticle Pusher that I got from, I believe I got this actually from Walmart, and it's actually a really, really good one. It's by Etos or whatever. So I'm just pushing those back gently. This is a new full set, so we will be gluing tips. I'm using my pre-pinched BU stiletto tips from Amazon. If I could find a link, I will leave those in the description box below. This right here is my diamond cuticle ball bit. It's very, very gentle. You could actually go right on your skin with it and you won't feel a thing. So this is the only time you want to come in with the actual machine on the nail plate surface. You do not come in on these nail plates with your sanding band. I know you see a lot of people doing that on YouTube, but I promise you it is wrong, and they teach us that in nail school, that you don't remove the shine with the sanding band. People will tell you, oh, if it's on the slowest speed, that it's fine, it doesn't cause damage. That's simply not the truth. That is a lie. Even on the slowest speed setting, it causes massive damage, because at a constant turn, you're creating heat and friction, and you're causing layers of the nail plate to be removed. Whereas a hand file, literally all it does is scratch the surface. So when you hear people say that that's all a sanding band does, they're full of crap, because that's all a hand file does. If that's all a hand file does, imagine what a drill does. Something with RPMs in it. Your hand doesn't have RPMs in it, and it's not at a constant interval. So that being said, I'm just gently removing all the cuticles. And I will remove the shine with my 100-180 grit hand file on the 180 grit side. You can also use a sponge buffer to remove the shine. Now going in with my manicure dusting brush, and I'm going on a downward angle with alcohol in my brush to remove all that extra dust and debris. Now I'm going in and I'm going with the growth of the nail and I actually edited this video, guys, so you can see from the client's point of view. Instead of always seeing from my point of view, I wanted you guys to see from the client's point of view and see how I go up and around those cuticle area, removing the shine. And you can see I'm being very gentle. I'm not hitting the skin. I've seen so many like just horror stories of females, male or female, actually doesn't matter, but people going in and the tech like literally cutting up their like the back hyponychium so bad that it's bleeding and bits are hanging off. So if you sit down in a chair in a salon and they take out the sanding band to remove your shine, you should get up and walk out, because that'll tell you that they do not care about the health of your nails. It tells you that because they've already taught people not to do that in school. I don't care what they tell you. Trust me, it's not good for your nails. It'll literally eat through your nail bed to the point where it'll make fungus so that much easier to attack your nail bed, because there's nothing protecting it anymore. So just remember that, ladies, okay? So I'm going in with my 3-second nail glue from my nail art supply place. And like I said, I'm going in with my pre-pinched BU stiletto tips from Amazon. And you really don't have to do much. I'm just putting a dab of glue. You don't have to do a whole bunch. You just make sure that your sides are completely down. Make sure that the tip is completely glued down, because if you have any space in there where there's a bubble, an air bubble, or part of the tip isn't connected, you will get lifting. That's why I always turn my clients' hands around to make sure that they're straight. If they're not, I will remove it and I will fix it, as you see me do here. I will not send my client out with a crooked nail. That just, no, it's not happening. If I don't like the way it looks, I'm gonna fix it. That's the whole point. I mean, people come to you, they pay for a service. They should get exactly what they want, and they should be happy. They should love their nails when they leave. So I just finished by you know, gluing all 10 tips on, and then I will be cutting them down because we're actually going to shape these into almond, and they actually came out super, super pretty. I actually really, really liked how the shape came out. I haven't done too many almond sets recently, so this was like a nice change of pace, you know. So I take off half that tip, and she did want them short, so I'm just explaining to her that I will still come down in shortness, like when I'm filing and shaping them, it'll still come down more. So that's all I was basically explaining to her. So I'm taking like half the tip off, maybe a little bit more as I kind of go back over them and revise them. I think I take off a little bit more, and then I start clipping those sides, like almost kind of like into a coffin shape, where you kind of see like they're already kind of shaped coffin. Well, I take off more of those sides because they are pinched. I like to kind of clip off the edges so that it looks more of that natural ballerina coffin almond shape, whatever you want to call it. That's why I like pre-pinch tips, because you can clip off those sides without it taking too much from the shape in the body of the nail. So now I'm just kind of measuring the fingers and making the tips the same size, going through each finger, making sure they're the same length. If you have someone with a nail bed that's longer than their other nail bed, you would then measure from free edge to free edge. Usually I go from cuticle to cuticle, hyponychium to hyponychium, but that's if you have a nail bed that's longer than the other, like these, you would go, or not so much those, but like something that's really dramatically smaller than the other one, you would go from the free edge itself. I hope that helps any of you ladies that have issues with that, so I don't hear too many people talk about that, you know. So I'm just clipping off the sides of these so I could get it into that nice almond shape, as you can see here coming up. So just finish clipping off those edges. And you see, and you still have that coffin ballerina shape, and this is my almond shape after I'm done, after I've filed and blended those tips. Yeah, and I go in with one coat of my OPI Band-Aid on all 10 nail plates, and then I go in with 2 coats of my No Lift Nails Acid Base Primer. With an acid base primer, you want to wait till it's dry before you apply the acrylic. With an acid-less primer, you go in while it's still damp. So I go in with 2 coats of my No Lift Nails Acid Base Primer. I do my first coat on all 10, then I go in with my second coat right before I lay my thin clear base of my Mia Secret Clear, before I go in with all the color and everything. And I do that to protect the nail beds from staining, and I also do that so that the next time I come in to file, I have something to file back down to, and I'm not burning my clients' nail plates. So now I'm actually gonna take my number 14 Aqua 100% Kolinsky brush and go in with my clear acrylic polymer, and I'm just literally laying that thin clear base just super thin, really wet, so that it spreads over the nail easily. And I'll just continue to do that through all 10 nails, and when I'm done with that, I'll come back in and I'll start designing my galaxy nails. And each nail with the galaxy nails is going to be different, and that's the whole point. That's the beautiful part of doing like tie-dye nails, ombre nails, maybe not so much ombre, but tie-dye nails, marble nails, anything like that. The fact that it's imperfect is what makes it perfect. You know what I mean? And just always remember that when you're doing your client's nails, that you're holding their hand on a downward angle, unless you're specifically leaning it backwards so you can get the acrylic back up into its place where it should be, you know. But that's more intermediate level. Like people that have been doing acrylic for a long time are able to do those types of things without it becoming an issue. So I would suggest just practicing on placement first and foremost, because a lot of people I was guilty of it too for a very, very long time until recently. I would always play with the top of my bead and it would take away from the shape of it. So you're supposed to place the bead and kind of move it up into position, and then pull from the bottom of the bead, like bottom, center, bottom. You see how I like place that up at the cuticle, and I'm only pulling down from like the middle bottom area, because once you've placed the top part, it's there, it's laid there, it went into where it's supposed to be, up and around that cuticle area. It's rounded, it's flat. You don't need to do much with it other than pull it down from the bottom, because gravity does its own thing. So literally now I'm going through my acrylics and just showing you guys what I'm using. Blue Cave from Mia Secret, Obsessive Compulsive, black, Endless Sea, Ashes of Roses, On Your Mark. I believe I use Boardwalk too, but I'm using these glitters as well that you see me showing you guys here. The Mermaid Series 4-point stars. Some of my shards there in the kind of bluish green, purplish, iridescent tone. Some of those ice multi-mix hexies. And some of my silver holographic China glaze shards. So now I'm just placing everything, kind of getting ready to do the designs. And I'm actually using some of my gold multi-mix metallic glitter as well that's already pre-mixed with acrylic. So there's really no like rhyme or real reason to any of the design with Galaxy nails. I like to place my black first and foremost, because I feel like when you think galaxy stars, right, it's dark. So then you start adding like your colors after that, going with some whites and some baby blues and some light purples, and you're kind of adding the colors as you go. So that's why I say there's no real rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong way to do galactic galaxy nails. It's how you're feeling. You definitely want to use some glitter. If you have stars, you want to use those. You know, anything you could possibly find, even moon glitters, you know, those are good too. And so yeah, so I started off with the thumb first, just because I grabbed like a really big bead of black. So I went to the biggest nail plate first, obviously. And I just, you know, keep going in with my colors, little amounts but wet, making sure that my brush has enough liquid in it, making sure I'm cleaning my brush bristles in between, and, you know, going into my liquid when I need it. Just be mindful of all of that. When you watch me place my stuff, just, you know, watch how I'm using my brush, watch how I'm placing the beads, watch how I'm, like, the angles that I have my brush at. All of those things help. So I just went in with a little bit of On Your Mark there, just to kind of fill in that corner up there. And now I'll start going in with some of my glitters, I believe. Add a little more black because it was kind of disappearing under all that color. A little more Ashes of Roses, and then I'll go in with that gold multi-mix metallic glitter. And I'll also add, like, I think I add a little bit of some other glitter in there too. Some of my Diamond Series multi-mix hexies. And then when I'm happy with it, I'll cap. And I'm capping as I go along with each of these nails, because I just feel like it's better when you're actually done. You just come into file instead of just capping all the nails. And I'm not sure if it saves time or anything, but that's just like what I like to do right now at the moment. So I'll add my stars, my 4-point stars in there, and when I'm happy with their placements, I'll encapsulate the whole entirety of the nail. And this is an important part, because I really want like beginners to see how I place my clear acrylic and how I pull down on the product without it losing its shape or having too much in one area and not enough in another. So I really want you guys to pay close attention to how I do that. So yeah, so I'm happy with the stars and everything now. So look at this bead. I place it kind of 3/4 of the way up, and now I'm just making sure that my brush is wet and it's clean, and I'm cleaning, you know, pulling down those side walls, and most of the bulk of the acrylic is coming down the center. See what I mean? So that's what you want with your nails. You don't want the side walls to be all big and bulky. You want a majority of that product to be coming down through the center and strength point area. That way you're not breaking and snapping nails, you know. And then I'll come in with my cuticle bead. That's like a medium bead, more wet, so I can mold it better into that cuticle area without touching the skin or messing up the nail. You don't need too much to do this, to achieve this, right? I'm turning it to the side to make sure that my angles are good. I think I add a little bit more, or I don't. I think I was happy with that, so I have my client look at it and tell me what she thinks, and then I will move on to the next nail. But I'm just showing you guys how it naturally kind of comes down, comes up, and then comes back out. That's how it should look. And so I just move on to the next nail now. I'm just making sure that my brush is wet and that the bead I'm grabbing of black is not huge, because I'm going on the pinky nail now. So obviously you don't need a lot of color on a small pinky nail. And I go in with ashes of roses next, and just kind of swirling those together. And after this nail, I actually end up remembering that I usually like to use my white shimmery acrylic that was gifted to me in my Galaxy nails, because it helps make the galactic look more galactic looking, obviously. If that makes any sense. It just, when you think of like the stars in the sky and the galaxy, you kind of have like that offish white color mixed with the black and the stars and the colors, you know. So then I realized, okay, I'm missing my white. So then I started using it after this nail. So yeah, and just if it sounds like I'm like talking in and out, for some reason my videos on my editing app keep freezing, and I have to like stop the voiceover and restart it. So yeah, and it literally just did it again right now, which you probably don't see because it's continuously playing, but on my end it's freezing. So fun, lots of freezing going on. So I'm just, you know, placing my glitters, the gold a little bit. I'll put a couple of the other glitters on there, and I'll place my 4-point stars in multiple different shades. I have the Mermaid series ones as well. Love these stars so much. I mean, you can never go wrong with like 4-point stars on a set of nails. They're so pretty. So pretty. They actually look really good too on the cloud nails that are really popular right now. I know me, soon I'm getting in my glitters that I ordered, so I will be having those available very soon, ladies. So you're not gonna want to miss out on these videos coming up. I'm gonna be starting to do too a lot of videos like doing my own nails on my non-dominant side. Well, I'm gonna be using my right hand to do my left hand, so I'm gonna be reviewing these long nail tips that I just got in from Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box if I feel like, you know, that they're good quality. I mean, obviously I'll let you make your own decisions based on what you see in my video, but if you want the link or whatever, I'll either leave it in the description box, or you guys can request it and I could give it to you. Either way, I'm gonna do a review anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But so now I'm just capping this whole entire nail, making sure that I'm pulling down my sides very tapered. If I have any excess, I pull it off. If it's only a little bit, I kind of turn the nail around and make it kind of brush it back up the other way. I go in with one more bead up at that cuticle to get my strength point in place, and then I'll move on to the next nail. You see? So when you turn it from the side, you have that natural nail growing shape. I move on. Now that I have my black and my white together, I think that it definitely makes the Galaxy nails look more Galaxy for sure. Watch how I bring the white in and how it makes it look. And there's shimmer in it too. So you see that? Like how it looks like a trail of like swirled stars. I absolutely love how the white steps it up a notch. So then I go in with Endless Sea. I come in with Blue Cave on the side, and I pretty much just keep building up the colors. I even have like a kind of translucent, that one right there that has the glitter, like the silver tinted glitter. It's like a translucent blue, and I had that made for me by crystalline, which I love it. I absolutely love it because I use it on all my galaxy nails, and it makes it look like those far off distant stars. So it's perfect for these. I mean, just look at that. It just makes it look so much more galactic to me with the white added in there. So pretty. And then I just keep coming in with my glitters and my 4-point stars, and like I said, I'll keep encapsulating as I go along. And that's pretty much it, guys. Each nail is a galaxy nail, and they're all unique. So I really hope that you guys enjoy watching this video, because it has been a pain in the ass to edit this one. I actually had it up on YouTube already. So if you guys are thinking you're going nuts, it's not you, it's me. The famous quote, it's not you, it's me. Or it's not me, it's you. No, seriously though, it really isn't you guys, it is me. I took it down, I deleted it because I realized I forgot to take out some of the talking, and then I did a voiceover on it initially, and I wanted to redo it. And so I redid it, and instead of erasing the other ones that I had already done, I had both of them on there. So when I watched the actual video on my channel towards the end, which most people probably didn't notice because most don't watch the whole video, but you could hear my voice talking in multiple directions. Like, you could tell that it was recorded, and then I recorded over myself. So it was just really, it was bad. So I had to take it down. It sounded like my head was spinning and there was multiple Sharons coming in from all different directions. So yeah, I had to fix that and give you guys what you're worth. You guys are amazing. I'm not gonna put videos up on here that are sucky in quality, and especially if I have the ability to make them better, right? I mean, my videos used to suck at one point, the quality, because I didn't have a good camera. But now that I have a good camera, right, I'm gonna make sure that I use it to the best of my ability, obviously, because you guys deserve that. You deserve good videos. You deserve to see great quality videos, and I recognize that. I just want you guys to know that, and I'm gonna do whatever I can continue to do to make my videos better and stand out and easier to follow, and so you guys can actually learn the craft like I did from so many other women. And that's my ultimate goal. Like, that's the whole point of being on here, to help other girls and gentlemen do nails like I was helped. So as you can see, I'm placing some of my silver glitter shards. I placed the 4-point stars, and then I'll come in and cap it. And you see how I'm pushing up, and I'm just making sure that on each side it's tapered and thin and in place the way it should be. You see that? And I'll wait till like my acrylic is like polymerized enough, not so much that I can't mold it anywhere, but enough to where I can push it into place and it stay there and not be so wet that it like gets all over the skin, if that makes any sense. You want to have it like polymerized enough to where when you do come in with your wet brush, it's just gonna go where you want it to go without it being so super wet that it's sloppily everywhere, like all over the place. So on this finger, I start off with a different color, and I go in with my Obsessive Compulsive first, then I go in with On Your Mark, and then I'll go in with my black kind of through like the center and going downwards, and add a little bit up near the cuticle. And I'll just keep playing with these colors as I go, adding a little more of each as I go along, till I feel like, you know what, that's a galaxy nail, and then I cap it. So I really want you guys to just pay close attention to each color I pick up, how wet it is, how I'm spreading it around the nail, where I'm placing it, how I'm placing, all of those things, ladies. So if you have any questions whatsoever, guys, no question is stupid, no question is too silly, nothing like that. Do not hesitate to ask me whatever you want. No question is, don't feel like, oh, she's probably answered that question 1,000 times, I shouldn't ask. Like, don't ever feel like that. I will answer anyone's questions. I subscribe back to all my subscribers. I I'm really supportive of you guys because you guys are super supportive of me, and I just want you guys to always know that I'm not one of those type of YouTubers that asks for people's support and does not support back. Like, I can't stand stuff like that. So if you guys are starting any of your own ventures, definitely let me know, because I would love to be maybe an ambassador for some of your products, or maybe do a collaboration video, anything like that. I would gladly help, assist, and definitely be interested in. So you guys just let me know in the comments below. So now that I'm done with this, look at how I'm capping that. So I'm making sure that up at that cuticle that it's nice and placed, it's not going anywhere, and then I start pulling my bead down into place with gravity, right? So you make sure that your cuticle is nice and tucked, it's placed, it's not going anywhere. You don't have to have it so thin at the cuticle that you can't see the product. That's a mistake I used to make all the time. I thought I had to have it so super thin at the cuticle that it would make the bottom part look huge and bulky, and then it looked like there was no product at the cuticle. So that's not good either. You want a majority of your product to be up at that strength point, not at the bottom. Your bottom should be thinner than that strength point area. That's the biggest, bulkiest part of the nail. Well, it should be anyways. So I'm starting this one with Ashes of Roses, and you see how I like place that up at the cuticle? I don't play a lot with the top part. Once it's there and it's rounded and it's where it should be, I don't touch it anymore after that. And I just start pulling my colors through each other, and that's pretty much it, guys. So I'll leave you to watch the rest. I love you guys all so much. I'm so excited. We're almost at 800 subscribers. We can do this, guys. We can get to 1,000. I believe in all of you. I believe in myself, and I know we can get there. I have a humongous giveaway coming up at 1,000 subscribers. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So if you know anybody that's into nails or into these types of videos, please share my videos so they can subscribe. If you're new here and haven't already, please do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be reminded every time I upload. I know it's the same thing, guys, every single time. But the fact of the matter is if we don't subscribe to each other, if we don't like each other's videos, we don't get anywhere. And now, like nowadays, we literally have the power to make each other rich. So why not take advantage of it? Why not help all of us out? I help tons of people, subscribe to them. They help me by subscribing back. I help other people that don't, you know what I mean? And that's how it goes. One hand washes another. When you help one person, you never know what that effect may have on them. They may go and then help someone else. So you should never count anybody or yourself out. Just because someone only has a few subbies, you never know. They could blow up overnight. It's one of those things that you never know what's going to happen. So, yeah, but I have so much faith in you guys. I know that we can do this. I know that we can get to 1,000 very easily, and I feel like with the quality of the videos getting better and me posting more, that it can possibly happen. So yeah, I will see you guys all in my next video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this one, because I had a lot of fun editing it and just chatting with you guys. So yeah, any questions, pop them below. If you need any of the links, just ask me in the comments below and I will gladly get you that info. And that's it, guys. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.